All right, Todd, what do you got?
All right, everybody. Well, I've got a couple of new things today, but let's just use the regular intro. So thanks. The one below it is active. I missed it, but I didn't put it in there because it was so close to the first one up there. Is last year's sale. The active inventory in comparison to the year before, and then the pending units, and then the closed at the bottom red box. So these are some things, and I'm going to go through these a little bit today as we're looking at the numbers. So looking at the numbers, you normally hear me just look at the last week over week. We're up down 5.4%. For new listings, we went from 2659 to 2515. Normally you'd think, oh, well, Todd, that should be in red. But in reality, look at the little number above it, 18.97. So now when you slide your eyes over to the 2114 last year, you'll see that we're currently almost 19% better for new listings this year than we were last year. So again, these percentages are just stuck in there because when I'm doing certain things or somebody's asking me to speak about the market, those are the numbers I'm looking at. Week over week is nice, but to see where we are year over year without having to wait until we do the month ends over in the blue columns, this is just this little hidden extra information. So if I was talking to people right now, I'd say, there is so much seller confidence in the market right now that we're up 19% new listings than we were last year this same period. Let's talk about active inventory. Currently, we're up 2% over last week to 26,830, but we have 48.99, 49% more inventory today than we had just a year ago. See, that's how you tie that number in. Of that 26,830, 763 of those in the coming soon category, 20,379 single family non-distressed, 3,179 new home construction, 26,568 non-distressed properties. Taking a look at pending, we're at 4696. Last week we're at 4701. Way over on the left-hand side, you have the rules of thumb, ROT, way up in the heading in the blue. But if you look down these, this is giving us the clue of where we want to get to have that fantastic balanced market, but not just because we kind of are in a balanced market right now. The difference is it would just be really super if we had another 1,000 buyers in the marketplace. So that being said, 4,696 is certainly very close to 47. It's not the 5,500 number, but again, 4696 is 27% more buyers in the marketplace right now than there was a year ago. Again, tying that number right above that little red box there that says 26.82. Then we take a look at closed inventory, 24, 25. It's real early in the month, mid-month. Everything closes at the end of the month, so we don't really always pay a lot of attention to this number. But right now, anytime, so you see the red, you would normally think, oh, we're down. Last year we were at 27.12, 24.25. Granted, if I use the specific information. But if I go back to last year's sheets, and that's what's in the I guess you'd call it salmon color, the color to the left of the goldenrod, it says 29.89. Now, there's a discrepancy there. I'm not going to argue with that. But whatever that discrepancy represented, it could have been the day that the data was pulled, but it's 16% better than it was a year ago. Now we go back down to month's supply. We're at a 4.64. We're down. That's good. That's why it's in green, because, the higher the month's supply, the slower the market. And we take a look at our median sale price. This is 449, came down from 459 week over week perspective. We were at 459 last year. So, when you're looking at the median, that's the middle of the road. The market is not taking off beyond. It's not like prices are going up so high. Truthfully, think about this. Numbers, this number is the actual number. It's not a calculation number. So because it's an actual number, there's no way you can dispute this. It's the middle of the entire amount of properties that are in the MLS. It's not something that we tabulate, we divide by the number of days, we multiply times the day we're in, or any of those kinds of things. This is a hard fact number. And if you slide your eyes all the way to the right, all the way back to the very last column on the right, 2024 February, last year in February, we were at 440. So this is how you look at these numbers and you're like, oh my gosh, the market is not really moving price-wise that far. Because otherwise you'd see that month-end number be significantly higher. 103 is our active, but 83, we're a little high. We want to be closer to 70, so the market's a little slower. Looking at sale price, list price retention, this is the last piece that we're going to talk about today, but 97.96, I always talk about 97.8, way over on the left-hand side, to be the number that we're looking for, because that's just the 5-year average. For the last 5 years, the average, if you look at all the properties that have sold, the sellers have contributed 2.2% off of their list price. That's the difference between the list price and the contract price at the time they signed it, not the original list price, at the time they accepted the offer. So this leaves clues. Well, if you slide your eyes to the right, you'll see a year ago we were at 97.89. Okay, that's pretty close. We're talking about hundreds of dollars difference is all. Look to the right of that, 97.3. So again, right now you could say it's simple. The sellers are achieving more profit today than they were as an average over the last 5 years, because 97.96 is 0.16 higher than the 97.8 historical average. So those are some little insights into how you can read the market stats and make it something that you can have a conversation with your clients.
All right. Appreciate it as always, Todd.